Alright, tell people what we're making today.
We're going to make some Afghan food, which automatically means it's good. Criminally underappreciated cuisine. We're going to make some Kofta Challow today. Alright. First I need to make meatballs. So, we got a pound of ground beef and a pound of ground lamb. We're going to add about half a cup of cilantro.
Ooh.
Which, if you're from pretty much almost any other part of the world, they just call it coriander.
Yeah.
But that goes to show you just how much Mexican cuisine has influenced our cuisine here, because we call it cilantro. We use the Spanish word. This is a large onion and two cloves of garlic pureed. That goes in. Beaten egg. Teaspoon of cumin, teaspoon of black pepper, teaspoon of salt, teaspoon of red chili powder, I'm using Kashmiri chili powder there, and teaspoon of ground coriander. And you get in and just mix it. Unlike an Italian meatball where you'd want to just mix it until it comes together, this you might want to actually mix for maybe about 5 or 10 minutes. You really actually want to bind the proteins together so the meatballs hold up when you're cooking them in the pot.
Okay.
So yep, just gonna sit here and mix.
I can smell all them seasonings.
Yeah, it's gonna be good. Yes, Afghan food is really good. Yeah, you're gonna want to make meatballs, I don't know, maybe the size of like a golf ball, about 1.5 inches.
Mm-hmm. And don't worry, guys, he washed his hands before he started.
Right like this.
Oh, they're like this. It's perfect, actually.
If they start sticking to your hands, you get a little bit of water, and you just dip your hands in water, and then they won't stick anymore. Yep, I like that.
It's the perfect meatballs.
Well, when you're Italian, you have a lot of practice at making meatballs.
Alright, guys, we finishing up.
So you're going to want to put enough oil to cover the bottom of your pot. And when that onion starts sizzling in there, we know we're ready to go.
Oh, you gave up.
Alright, our onion is sizzling, so in they go. Alright. Basically, you're just going to want to saute these. They're just in a dice. It's just a single onion. And you're going to want to saute it until it starts taking on some color. It's probably going to take like 6 or 7 minutes of stirring before they finally start getting that nice shade of golden brown. Beat them a little bit. Let them do their thing. Actually, they look pretty good. So, next, 4 cloves of garlic, finely minced. And 2 teaspoons of cumin seeds. And I'm going to want to stir this pretty rapidly so that it doesn't burn. Cumin seeds will get all nice and flavorful in there. It's always a good thing to toast your whole spices. I'm going to throw in 2 green peppers. Give it some flavor and a little heat. You can kind of smell when your garlic is done cooking because it doesn't really have that raw smell anymore. It starts mellowing out a little bit. All right. I'm going to put in about 2 cups of water. Another ½ cup of cilantro. Again, that's coriander for anybody else that's not from the US of A. This is about 4 or 5 Roma tomatoes pureed. Basically about 28 ounces if you want to use the canned stuff. Teaspoon of salt. Teaspoon of ground coriander. Teaspoon of black pepper, ½ tablespoon of paprika, and a teaspoon of turmeric. And you stir those around in there. Worthy of note, some people in Afghanistan might actually add some char masala here. It goes by another name, pulao masala. And other people will say that it's downright blasphemy because usually it's only used to make rice. Hence the name pulao masala. But I have seen a few people throw it in a dish like this. So just, you be the judge. You want to add it? Add it. If you feel it's only for rice, then leave it out. Alright, that looks good. I'm just going to let it come to a boil.
Yeah, that looks good.
It's starting to look good. Alright. So this is 8 ounces of chickpeas soaked overnight. Those go in. Stir it around. And in go our meatballs. Okay, just give them just a gentle stir, get them all nice and nestled in there. Bring it back up to a simmer. And then basically just let it simmer for about 20 minutes, half an hour. You can always take out a meatball and check if you're not sure if they're done. Also, the reason why you soak those overnight, the yellow split peas, is so that they don't take an hour or an hour and a half to cook. If you just put them in there dry straight away like that without being soaked, they are going to take much longer to cook than your meatballs. Turn it down to a simmer. And just let your deliciousness cook. Give them a stir. Make sure nothing's sticking on the bottom. Yeah, I got a ways to go. Sumac.
Sumac?
Yep. It's a little bit tart. It's got a lemoniness to it.
You can smell a lemon too. Mm.
Good, right? Yeah. They'll use that in Iran, Iraq. They'll use it in all the Levant countries like Syria, Lebanon, Palestine. Just all over the place they're going to use that stuff. No, it's not done. Can tell already. Not done. Keep letting it cook down. It should thicken up a little bit. You never heard of ghee?
No.
I think we've probably eaten out of these plates, these bowls. Alright. And when it's cooked down, thicken up a little bit, and the split peas are done, meatballs are done, then you are ready to plate it. Put it up with your basmati rice, your sauce and your meatballs. Some flatbread is always good, and garnish with a little sumac.
You taste all. You can taste all the spices.
Bro.
I'm very happy with this.
What'd you say? You want it spicy? You want it more spicy?
What do you want?
Oh boy. How did I do that? I just screwed the thing off.
Here you go.
Hold on, let me, before anything,
Beating it.
let me try the meatballs without this. I don't taste the lamb, which is, you know.
Half beef, half lamb.
Definitely taste all those spices. Good.
Yeah. It's not like Indian food where it's gonna be okay.
I learned my lesson.
Pav.
And
Pav. He's all
add
talk.
that burn to that. That's awesome. Now, what you were saying the difference between this and Indian food was? See, some playing this disrespectful anybody.
Essentially,
They don't taste Africans.
in 1947, India and Pakistan was partitioned. So all the Indians kind of mostly moved into India. All the Hindu people, I should say. All the Muslims kind of went over to Pakistan. Pakistan is right next to Afghanistan. So basically, you're going to have a lot of similarities in their foods, but it's kind of Afghanistan's been invaded by a lot of different people. The Persians at one point, like their writing system actually they write in Farsi, the same as the Persians. But they've been invaded by Mongols way back when, which is why they have mantu dumplings. You know, you're like, oh, dumplings, it's Chinese, but yep, they're all throughout Central Asia, Middle East. Dumplings were brought over by the Mongols.
Let me do something.
They have a lot of influences, Afghanistan, because just how many times they've been invaded.
Right.
Rarely conquered, though. They're very proud people with that. Hey, look, Soviets invaded, we invaded. Wow.
Weird.
All got our asses kicked.
Memories. That's nice.
That whole bottle. He spilled it all in there. I knew it. I said, what? Well,
I'll be fine. I'll be fine.
Hey, Mom, Rob just put like 2 tablespoons worth of that death dust in his thing.
Oh my god.
I know. I know.
Look, he's trying to use the bread like the bread
No, I'm dipping
is
it.
going to mask it. The hotness. Get you another bottle of water while you at it, because you already know what time it is.
It's 8:30.
Boom.
This makes me happy. I like this.
Cooking and eating or just cooking?
Both. But more so eating. As much as I love to cook, I love to eat. All I'm saying.
What people do.
I got a belly to prove it. Yeah, I like this. This is good stuff. This is Afghan food. It's really, it's just criminally underappreciated, really, the food culture. There's a lot of good stuff just like this lurking around.
Hey, Ken, would you mind if I take some sauce?
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
He trying to blend that hot.
No, I'm gonna.
You dried it out with how much of this you used?
Yeah, I think so.
How about
That's what happened.
I was about to say it was a little dry. Dried up.
No, I mixed it up.
Yeah, I know.
Now I'm feeling it.
Oh, rosemary is actually used a lot in West African cooking. Rosemary and thyme. I didn't realize.
What is thyme used for anyway? Like,
Oh man.
I can't even taste
Making
it most of the
people
time.
All the time. Any kind of Caribbean food, thyme is going to be in. 100%.
Yeah.
Now I'm feeling it.
Oh, my bad. Behold, napkins.
Thank you.
How many more water?
Any more water?
Everything.
I'm going to go through 800 of these things, so we're just going to... Boom. There we go.
Thanks, buddy.
Yeah, no problem. You know, I need a little more sumac.
I didn't realize that was that damn hot. I'm like,
Yeah, it's...
Temperature hot, right?
yeah.
Yeah, that's a... Oh, you mean sauce? Shit, yeah.
No, just like heat. No, not like hot, like
Temperature hot.
temperature, yeah. Like, cause this done cooled down, so.
Yeah,
I was
yeah, I got
in
it.
my
I got
mouth,
it from,
almost burnt. I was like,
I got it from...
Kind of like mine
the
is
bowl
right
there.
now.
when did you start discovering you wanted to cook? You like cooking?
Maybe 10 years ago.
Really?
And what was it? You just used to get up every day and cook, or?
I used to be pretty much the pickiest eater imaginable. I maybe eat like 10 things total.
Pizza.
Pizza and mac and cheese and spaghetti meatballs for 3 of them. So.
You went to college then, right?
In college, I started diversifying a little bit more before college, but once I was in college, yeah, all of a sudden I started just discovering a whole bunch of stuff, and I'm like, whoa. I'm like, this is great. And then I went and I lived in China for a while in 2012.
How long?
You're never going to starve there, let me tell you. That is glorious. China is fantastic. Well, I mean, do you have... See, I really think it's a disservice when everybody says that we have like fake Chinese food here. The American Chinese food, it's its own thing, you know? Like, it's been around since around like 1850.
So you saying that's real Chinese food at these stores? These Chinese
No.
food? Oh, I'm like,
it's not real, but it's not. I'm not going to call it fake because I really think that does it a disservice. It's its own cuisine. It happened basically by a lot of Chinese, especially Cantonese-speaking Chinese from the south of China. They moved here to help on the railroad in like 1850.
Okay.
And they didn't have all their spices, their vegetables and stuff, so they made do with what they had here, and it just turned into what we have now. Because you figure they also had to cater to American tastes.
Makes sense.
So the Chinese food back in China is way different and really, really good. You know what's really good? Muslim Chinese food.
Never heard of that. We're both, and like we both never heard that. We both like.
From Xinjiang province out west, where a lot of Uyghur people live, and there's some Hui out there as well. There's many different ethnicities. Han Chinese are the main one. That's one that dominates China, but there's a lot of other ethnic groups there. And then Xi'an as well, the city. Oh, that's the city with the terracotta warriors and all that. I've been there. Fantastic cuisine. They have this street there. Where basically there's a street vendors all up on either side of the street, and they just cook their stuff up right in front of you. In a wok, you see flames flying out of it. You see people cooking stuff over coals. It's like, like green rice in there. It's just, it's glorious. It really is. I mean, you want to eat everything. Your stomach just doesn't have enough room.
Wow.
They have things called Xiao Kao. It's Chinese kebabs. Fantastic. They have buns that, they have like lamb and stuff in, lamb or beef. Because they're Muslim, no pork.
Right.
Unlike a lot of the rest of China, which is in love with pork.
So I've heard.
They have soup there, like la mian is really good. They basically hand-pulled noodles, where they do that and they separate them, and then 4, and then 8, and 16, and they just keep doubling the amount of noodles they have in their hand. I'd love to know how to hand-pull dough to make noodles. That would be amazing.
What about Chinatown? Is that the closest you're going to get to...
I was going to ask him that.
Right, so over in Manhattan on Canal Street, you have your Cantonese-speaking Chinatown. And over on Main Street, over in Queens, you have your Mandarin-speaking Chinatown. So 2 different styles of food, basically.
But it's the closest to Chinese we're going to get.
Yeah. Well, you can get some real Chinese food there. Honest to goodness, real Chinese food.
I keep forgetting about the naan bread.
They said, like, when we go in, if we don't know it's
I've never been
Chinese,
to
like, they'll
Chinatown.
still give us fake Chinese food in Chinatown. Yeah.
Yeah.
You've been
Some
to
places-
Chinatown, that's why I asked.
Some places will do that. They'll be like, oh, this is why. They don't know the real stuff, so they can't handle it. Just give them the fake shit.
How long were you out in China?
6 months. Too soon I left. Too soon. Love that place. The trouble with the U.S. here is that we have kind of a fledgling food culture. I mean, a lot of these places, like China, for instance, has been a contiguous country for about 5,000 years. And they've largely not been invaded by anybody. So they've had 5,000 years, essentially, to hone the cuisine. We've had far less than that. I will say, though, we do have some actual homegrown food culture here, like barbecue. Nobody else in the world does barbecue like that. I'll cover that up.
Yeah.
Does your fiance cook for you?
I normally do a lot of cooking. I do the lion's share of it.
So when she does cook, are you like critiquing her food in your head? And you know, chefs, I would hate to be with a chef and then try to cook for them because I feel like in their mind it would never be. It'd be like too much seasoning, not enough seasoning.
No, I every now and then. Usually, what I try and do is get her involved in helping me cook.
Mm-hmm.
She's actually a pretty good cook now. She can do stir fries on her own, stuff like that.
And are they up to your liking?
Yeah, I like them.
So it's to the point you will give it a 10, a 9, 9.5, is it?
Well, she usually uses my recipes, so it tastes like my food because it is my food.
They inspired you, like any food? Any cooks, chefs?
Make it for you.
That sounds so corny, but my mother, she is the one who taught me how to cook. Who made me want to cook first.
She's the inspiration.
When you wake up, any Italian American kid, I think, has a memory. Always on Sunday, waking up, smelling meatballs cooking, frying there.
In the morning?
Yeah, and just having like a pot of sauce, Sunday sauce, just bubbling away. You wake up, and it's like, you know, the cartoon character that sits there and just drifts in the air on the smell. That was like me coming downstairs in here. I get a piece of bread, dip it in the sauce. Always go and try and find a meatball or two. Had to test it for scientific purposes, of course.
And how old were you at the time?
Oh, young, single digits in age still. My mother would always be making sauce on a Sunday, always. It's literally called Sunday sauce.
What?
What?
Had it.
You got the recipe?
Delicious.
to it?
Yep.
Oh yeah,
I have it
I
too.
can make it. I make my mother's
Yep. I have
because
it
there
too.
is no better in the world if you ask me.
That's what most people learn from. They learn from their mom or their grandma.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Hey, I heard you say something to Rob. You said, don't let the recipe die. That's a way to connect with your what?
With your past, with your ancestors. Like, you never want to let those recipes die because if you do, no one can ever make them again. That's the beauty of it, is that I might make the sauce the way my mom did.
You have your own twist.
Some other Italian American might dare to come along and say, no, it's bullshit, that's not how you make the sauce. And you know what? Just because it just isn't how they made it.
Right. Right.
That's kind of the danger of doing stuff like this. Like, you know, like Kofta Challow, for instance. The guy might say, okay, here's how to make Kofta Challow. Somebody might put something completely different in this and be like, no, that's not how you make it like this.
Right.
You know, you put X, Y, or Z in it. If I took this, though, and just, I don't know, put like, you know, use like turkey for the meatballs, for instance, and started, I don't know, throwing like curry powder in it, people could rightly just roast my ass for that, because that's just straight up nobody does
saying, you
that.
know, certain ways no one does.
Yeah. So there's things like that, but then there's other things where, like the char masala that I was talking about, for instance. Some people might throw that in. Other people are going to be like, no, that's just for rice only. Can't throw that in. So I just talk about it, and that's that. I make a note of it and say, okay. Some people do this, others don't.
What is your favorite dish? The dish you love to make, you just love
That's a
this
tough
dish.
one. I think I've asked him this before.
I mean, I love making curry. That's one thing.
It's good.
Curry is my
Curry
favorite.
is good.
I make a lot of different ones from all over
I
the
was about to
world.
say just any and every curry. You love curry.
There's scarcely a curry that I don't like. I mean, you got tons from India, like butter chicken, chicken tikka masala, which is actually, I guess, invented in supposedly in Glasgow, over in Ireland, actually. Or Scotland, I should say. Fuck me, not Ireland. So British Indian curries, I do like Thai curries.
Oh, that's different.
Thai curries are more soupy. They're not as they don't have like the kind of gravy like this.
That's different.
Yeah, there's yellow curry, green curry, red curry. A lot of those have some kick. By the way, there's jungle curry, which is from the south of Thailand. That shit's spicy and really good. There's actually there's a pork curry over there that I've been dying to make. I came up with a recipe for it. I haven't done it yet. It actually has the Thai equivalent of Sichuan peppercorn in it to give it a little bit of like that tingly kind of thing that you would get from real Chinese food. Love that. They have a masaman curry, which is interesting. It actually it's a play on like a Middle Eastern kind of one. Masaman is literally the way they would say Musulman, which is an old way of saying Muslim. Let's see. Indonesia and Malaysia have some baller curries. Good curries there. There's a big, that's a melting pot. A lot of Chinese influence, a lot of
My face is melting.
ethnic Malay influence, Indian influence. Their national dish is pretty much curry. It's, yeah.
So yeah, curry definitely is his favorite dish.
Oh yeah. I mean, you even have curry that's made its way all the way over to China.
I think I've had your
I do
curry
some
chicken
Chinese
before.
style stuff. I do a really good Hong Kong fishball curry. You can not use fish if you want. Actually, I'm really fond of using pork and black pepper beef.
No fish.
Meatballs in it, yeah. Some
Wow.
meatballs, and you just make the curry. It's got curry leaves in it. It's got the curry paste. Serve it over noodles. It's just, love that. Love curry. All different kinds of curry.
I didn't know there was such thing as green curry.
Oh, yeah. Thai green curry.
Wow.
But yeah, Thai curry is fantastic. Very different. I love pizza.
Can you make pizza?
Yes. From scratch.
What?
I even have the 00 flour downstairs that they use to make margarita pizza in Naples.
So is it perfect or is it missing something? Or you feel like your pizza is...
I like it. It's
Wow.
good. The only thing that I would change is if I had a more powerful oven.
Okay. Yeah.
You need a really,
Yeah.
really powerful oven.
Yeah.
I can't make a true margarita pizza because they have those wood-fired ovens, and literally the pizza cooks in like 90 seconds. Like it's like 1,500 degrees in those things.
I've seen one before, margarita pizza. I never had any though.
Oh, it's nice. You got like the fresh mozzarella and the sauce and the basil leaves in it, and it's the colors of the Italian flag, which is actually why the person who invented pizza came up with it. I believe it was showing it off to the Queen of England and wanted to show off the colors of the Italian flag, so just kind of did the whole margarita pizza thing. Yeah, if I ever got rich or anything like that, 100% first thing I'm buying is a pizza oven.
I thought you would start your own business, your own restaurant.
I'd like to do that, but first thing I'm gonna do is buy a pizza. Buy a pizza oven, 100%. I think if I ever started a restaurant, I'd probably want to cook stuff from areas of the world that I really, really like. Just anything with spice to it, with flavor.
Wow.
I'd probably call the restaurant Baharat, which means spices in Arabic.
Would it be located in Jersey or would it be somewhere else in the world?
Oh, it would have to be. It would have to be here.
Here?
It would have to be here. So I don't think Keisha wants to go. She wants to be nearby her family up in New York.
You gotta have, to start a restaurant like that, you gotta have people working with you from all
Yeah.
walks of life. That'd be awesome.
It'd be tough.
actually.
It'd be really tough. I've looked into actually starting like a food truck. A lot of
work.
red tape. A lot of work.
You open up a food truck before you open up a restaurant.
It all depends. I mean, if somebody literally came to me and was like, "Hey, I know you know how to cook. You know, we'll train you, this and that. We want you to be part of our restaurant," I would do that. Basically, anything, any kind of opportunity like that, I would take.
But what if they had like 2-star ratings, like their food was horrible?
Wow.
Would
She's
you-
hitting me with the hard questions.
I mean, if the restaurant I went to, that I
Like they
started,
offered you that position and you're like, all right, that's a good opportunity. Then you see their reviews, they're horrible. And then you you working it, so you start to taste the way they're making certain dishes. You're like, oh no, this is horrible. Would you still do it?
I might try and improve it from the inside. I'd find the owner, and I'd make a better thing on the menu with similar ingredients to be like, here's how you should make this. Fire me if you need to, but.
And then when she said, yeah, it's good, but we're gonna go with the way we've been doing it. Would you still stay there?
Probably not.
Yeah, he's got his pride, man.
No, I got pride. If you're gonna serve people junk, like just frozen food and just crap, then no.
Cause your name's on the line, you know,
Yeah.
like.
I wouldn't do it. Couldn't do it.
It was good. Thanks for the food. It was really good.
No, I'm glad everybody liked it.
Full.
Yes.
That bread, that meat, that bread.
Yeah.
Look at him.
That's one thing that we don't do here. Small portions. You're gonna eat your fill. You're gonna eat your
I
fill.
think I filled up more in water than anything.
Yeah.
So Silly put this in his food.
Yeah, what?
African chili powder. Spilled more than he was supposed to.
I should have just used a spoon instead of shaking.
Now he can't finish his food.
Yeah, that's
actually a first.
This thing got a kick in it. Is African chili powder?
And it's being recorded.
Yeah,
some parts be edited out.
This was certainly.
Right. You just keep all the bloopers of me doing
I could throw them on an end.
You would.
This
it's weird.
This is no joke.
I gotta admit though, I still ate. I didn't
You
complain.
kind of had to.
I didn't complain.
You'll be alright, sir. Just drink your water.
I forgot to mention this in the video, but add a 4th cup of tomato paste to the pot. This will help thicken the sauce and make sure it's the correct consistency.